Tonight, outrage after multiple Idaho police officers opened fire on a teenage boy with autism. Officials in Pocatello say a neighbor called 911 Saturday evening reporting what they described as a man who seemed drunk threatening two people with a knife.
Hey special family, welcome back to another fair use reaction video. Trigger warning, trigger warning, trigger warning. This is not something I take lightly, and this is one of our worst fear as special need parents. Here goes the video.
U.S. The disturbing video, the family outraged after their autistic son is shot by police. Tonight, their son is now fighting for his life, and what authorities are now saying about this, we warn you, it is disturbing. Here's Trevor Ault.
Tonight, outrage after multiple Idaho police officers opened fire on a teenage boy with autism. Officials in Pocatello say a neighbor called 911 Saturday evening reporting what they described as a man who seemed drunk threatening two people with a knife.
He's pretty drunk. He's just running out with a knife and then falling over, and I think he was stabbing someone actually just now.
The family says the boy, Victor Perez, is 17 and has autism and physical disabilities. They hope police would de-escalate the situation. Instead, video shows officers approaching, telling the teen to drop the weapon. He moves toward them, and they open fire from the other side of the fence seconds after arriving.
What the heck? What was that? 9 bullets. They took 9 bullets out of that kid. He died twice. They bring him back, and now I got that. He had brain damage. And now we have to handle that.
Pocatello's police chief defending his officer's actions.
We know this incident has deeply affected the community. The full picture requires careful review of all facts and evidence.
David, this shooting's now under investigation. Family members say they're not sure if this teen is going to survive.
What full picture? You saw the video? Didn't you see the video? Did we look at the same video? There were no questions asked, nothing. They just ran up on there, guns drawn, and started blazing. How is that okay? What kind of world are we living in now? And that neighbor, you would be sued just as they would be sued. You cannot defend this as a police chief. They ran up there, guns drawn. I don't care who told you on the phone. So you just gonna, if somebody calls you and said there's a lady walking down the street, she had kidnapped somebody, so you just run up on her and start shooting? Ma'am, I am so sorry that this happened to you. I hope you find strength, even though that won't bring back your child. But I hope you find strength to sue the neighbor and everybody involved. Let's go to the comment section, because this is just ridiculous. First commenter says, update, saw an article today that says Victor is brain dead and will be taken off life support. Heartbreaking. He will be taken off life support. He's gonna die. Next commenter, police don't know anything about autism. They need training because it's getting out of hand. 3 cops, 1 autistic kid with a knife behind a fence. I hope their family has a good attorney, and I hope the very best for this little guy. I'm a mother of a 15-year-old aggressive nonverbal autistic son. I'm also the wife of a police sergeant, and I don't care what anybody says. This was unnecessary force. Definitely. This is every autism parent's worst nightmare. I cannot even imagine what they're going through. Absolutely devastating. Sending prayers for that boy and his family. Someone suggests to me that I take my son around the neighborhood and introduce him to the neighborhood so that they can get to know him, or familiar with him, and hopefully recognize him if he's in danger or needs help. At this point, I don't think that's a bad idea. I really don't. Next commenter, he's pretty drunk, just wow. And the fact that the poor boy is behind a fence, his own property, is wielding a knife, not a firearm. How does this amount of force make sense? Someone else responded, I cannot. Where I live, we have something called Smart 911, and you can enter the details of your special needs disabled family member so that it comes up right away when a police call goes out. We need to check that. So Smart 911. We'll see what that is. Next commenter, I lived in the same apartment complex with a family whose son had autism. His dad passed away, and then it was just him and his mom. She was elderly, and when he did get violent, the police would take him for a ride in the car to calm him down. We as a community have to do better. That poor mother. Yeah, she had to live with this scene for the rest of her life in her head. Next commenter. I urge everyone here to go sign Autismmom Joy petition to nationally mandate disability awareness police training and direct mental health lines. I already signed and shared. I highly recommend doing the same. I did too, so please go on Instagram, find her account, and sign that petition. Next commenter. Be mad at the neighbors. Don't be mad at the cops. Be mad at the neighbor who set the tone. No, I'm going to be mad at the cops and the neighbor because the child was behind the fence. What can he do? He brought a knife to a gunfight. How is that fair? Next commenter. Don't come at the police with a weapon. He was behind his fence in a meltdown. If you stop long enough to ask a question, maybe you'll know, hey, he's autistic and he's having a meltdown. Next commenter, do not ever call police to de-escalate. They are not therapists. If your child has autism, it's your responsibility to inform neighbors and prevent the situation from even happening the best you possibly can. All the cops see is someone running at them with a weapon. They don't know the backstory. And you're right, running at them with a weapon behind a fence. Next. Why not the taser or the beanbag gun, or simply back up from the gate to approach to de-escalate or get info from the family? Not enough training for a call like this, or not any training at all. None. Next. Both the men and law enforcement now have to live with the horrific tragedy they caused. There needs to be training for law enforcement on how to handle the autism community. They are not all the same. Please tell them. Let me know in the comment section below what you think about this video. I think this is horrific. It is tragic that someone would actually call the police and tell them all of this. But then again, they were just looking at out the window maybe, and they were just assuming stuff. So I think they need to assume this lawsuit that is coming their way. It's only fair. I lost my son, you get a lawsuit. The cops who did it get a lawsuit. And now it can't bring my son back, but it could bury him. Now we're all fair. See you in the comment section. Catch you in the next video. Bye.